Napa know-how.
It's Love Your Car Month at Napa. And to show your car the love, get a Napa bucket for $2.99 and save 20% on almost everything you can fit inside, like car wash, car wax, and tire shine. So save some cash and look good doing it by getting 20% off with the Napa bucket. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, exclusions apply. Minimum 3 items may not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 4/30/19.
Welcome to Mysterious Goings On. I am your host, J. Alexander Greenwood. You can call me Alex. You can call me Al. And this is Chapter 17 in the Erratically Produced podcast. And this is a brief one. A couple of things going on. I wanted to kind of fill in our loyal listeners, both of you, on what's going on with the show and with me. If you're new to the show, this show is about genre writing, and especially in the indie space. Indie being a word that many of us writers use for we don't sell a lot of books. But that's actually, that sounds mean. I didn't mean it like that. Independent authors are just folks who go their own way. There's several strata of indie authors out there. There's everybody from the person who slaps something together in one day with a horrible cover and puts it on Amazon, all the way up to folks like myself who hire editors and professional editors, that is, and professional cover artists, etc. And if the definition of being a professional at anything is to do it for more than 10,000 hours, then I guess you could say I'm a professional writer. Been published in numerous publications, and am still trying to make a go of it with my fiction writing. Just in that regard, go to pilatescross.com, pilatescross.com, to look up more information about my books, including my John Pilate mystery series. Alrighty, on quitting. You know, Stephen King wrote a great book called On Writing, where he talks a lot about the writing life and how he was motivated and what his rules of writing are, etc., etc. And I respect that book very much, and there are parts of it that deal with when maybe a idea isn't gelling, it isn't working for you, and what to do. And I'm not going to quote from it. I'll just ask you to, if you're interested, to go look up what the Dr. King has to say about that. But I announced a while back to this podcast and to some of my writer friends and others that I was working on a mainstream novel, not a genre novel. I was working on something, and I got about 5,000 words into it and realized a couple of things. One, I was completely going at it the wrong way. I was writing it in third person, and the story will work far better being told first person. Secondly, though, I realized that my day job has picked up tremendously, and I went from working 35 hours a week at my company, maybe 40, and now I'm all the way up to working, 55, 60 hours a week, and there's precious little fuel left in the tank when it comes to the writing. I made a commitment to keep taking care of my physical health this year, and I have kept that up, since late last year. So I get up early, all right, but I go to the gym, and I've got to do that. There's not another way around that. For me, that's not just my vanity at wanting to look good. That is just that it keeps me healthy and fresh and helps my mental state, etc. So that takes care of most of my mornings. And then I have my day job, which can be, some days can be shorter than others, but it's a lot of writing in the day job and a lot of thinking and doing a lot of stuff. And by the time I get done with my day, the last thing I want to do is stare at the screen anymore. So that's on me. That's some writers will be shaking their heads right now. I can think of my late grandfather who wrote for 50 plus years. He got up every day at 4:30. He set a kitchen timer for an hour, and he wrote until the bell went off. Then he got his gym bag. He went and played racquetball, got a shower, dressed, and went to work as a historian at an Air Force base. And he did that for decades. Well, he had a discipline I don't have, so at least I don't have it right now. And I've got to focus on my day job because I got to bring in money, got to pay the bills, that sort of thing. And I'm sure a lot of you writers listening out there and readers can identify with that. Okay, so long way round to quitting. I still have that book in me, and that book will come, but I can't do it right now. and I'm going to put it on the shelf, and I'm going to focus on work and family and fitness. But here's the thing. I miss John Pilate quite a bit, and my good friend, writer Jason McIntyre, is a good example of, or an inspiration to me about this. But, and I may have said this to you previously, but, I don't necessarily have to write a full-length novel to keep John Pilate alive. I could write a novella, a brief one. So that's something I'm going to turn to. I've actually got some, I think, well-deserved vacation time coming up. And usually when I get out of town for any length of time, it really gets my juices going. And I'm debating taking the laptop with me, because I get on an airplane and it just seems like I just feel freed up, and I can start thinking of other things. And I'm going on vacation to a new place, and maybe John Pilate needs to go visit the same place that I'm going to visit coincidentally. Wouldn't that be nice? I already have the idea for the book, and I'm very, very interested in doing it. So, good news, bad news. Good news is there'll be another John Pilate novella relatively shortly, because I'm going to work on that as a way to keep myself sane over the next few months. And I'm going to try to do what I always do, which is try to release something by Halloween. That's very, very optimistic, but I've released 2 or 3 of my books on Halloween or thereabouts, and I'm going to shoot to release this new John Pilate book then. And I think I can do it. John Pilate's like putting on a comfortable pair of jeans, whereas writing that other novel, I think I've said before, was like slipping into chainmail underwear. It's just it was a lot of work, and it was hard, and I'm not afraid of hard work, but I have too much hard work elsewhere in my life. So I think for now, I'm going to shelve the mainstream novel, and we're going to get back to the world of John Pilate. So if you're a John Pilate fan, I'm shooting for October for a new adventure. So I hope that makes you happy if you're a fan. If you're not a fan, again, go to pilatescross.com or go to Amazon. Just look up John Pilate Mysteries or look up J. Alexander Greenwood. Having great deals on all of the books in ebook format. You can also get all but one of the books as a paperback. You can order direct from me, and I'll autograph it for you. Just go to pilatescross.com or just order it directly from wherever you buy your paperbacks. But if you just want an ebook, we have all those and all the usual suspects as well. I prefer you buy it from Amazon, of course, because that's where most people buy their stuff, and that's where I need reviews and where I could use some sales and that kind of thing. The only book that I put out is in the John Pilate Mysteries that's not out in paperback is a book of short stories that came out last, and that was last year, called Pilate 7, and it's a book of short stories, and I'm very proud of it. Anyway, I hope you'll check it out. So, that's me quitting. I'm not really quitting. I'm just quitting temporarily on a project that was ambitious that I just don't have the brain space to tackle right now. So, some of you who like John Pilate are going, yay, he quit. So, good. I hope that makes you happy. I'd like to know what you think. Have you quit writing something? Has you put something on the shelf that just didn't work for you? Is there a book that you quit? I'd love to know that. But I'd like to know in the comments if you have started a book and maybe shelved it, and let me know what happened with that. If you're a writer and you want to be on the show, get a hold of me through the Pilates Cross website. Just go to the website there and contact me through that, or find me on the Twitter at @A_Greenwood, or you can email me, alex@alexgpr.com. There you go. I haven't been putting out my email address on the podcast much, but if you want to email me directly, if you're a writer and you want to appear on the show, or if you're a reader and you think you have something to say to writers and you want to appear on the show, alex@alexgpr.com. All right. Well, that's me quitting, and I appreciate you listening. It's time for me to quit this chapter, and I've got to get through one more week of work, a lot of work, and then I get some time off, and that means John Pilate gets to breathe a little bit. So, until next time, again, I'm Alex Greenwood. I really appreciate you listening, and keep reading.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn. Ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn. Tell people to stay off the lawn. Compare it to your neighbor's lawn. And complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Napa know-how.
It's Love Your Car Month at Napa. And to show your car the love, get a Napa bucket for $2.99 and save 20% on almost everything you can fit inside, like car wash, car wax, and tire shine. So save some cash and look good doing it by getting 20% off with the Napa bucket. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, exclusions apply. Minimum 3 items may not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 4/30/19.